Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another installment of The Locker Room. I am your host. You already know who it is, man. It's your boy Reggie. Now listen, a lot of people out there seem to believe that the Lakers lost the Anthony Davis trade.
Nope.
Now, me personally, I don't see how anybody could come to that conclusion, especially considering what the Lakers gave up to receive the Pelicans franchise player. Now listen, if you guys remember, the Lakers gave up Lonzo Ball,
Nope.
Brandon Ingram,
Nope.
and Josh Hart, along with multiple unprotected first-round picks and swaps in exchange for the Pelicans franchise player. How can the Pelicans have won this trade if 2 out of the 3 players that we gave up are no longer on the Pelicans? Can somebody please explain this to me? I'll wait.
Stupid.
That's what I thought. Now, let's talk about Brandon Ingram for a second. Shout out to Brandon Ingram. He's actually playing some very, very good basketball with the Pelicans. But if you guys remember, when we traded Brandon Ingram, there were rumblings that Brandon Ingram might not play basketball again. If you guys don't know, Brandon Ingram was suffering from blood clots. Now, God bless Brandon Ingram. He was able to get his body and everything in order, and now he has turned into a very productive player for the New Orleans Pelicans, even becoming an all-star. So God bless Brandon Ingram. He signed a rookie max extension with the New Orleans Pelicans, I believe for $158 million. If you guys know anything about how contracts work in the NBA, pretty much no player is going to turn down a rookie max extension with a team. It's just not going to happen, okay? So that is why Brandon Ingram re-signed with the Pelicans. Now I'll ask you, is New Orleans a city that players want to go to? The answer is
Nope.
it's no. The answer is no. No free agents are going to sign in New Orleans. The only way New Orleans can improve and build a team is through the draft and through trades. This is where Josh Hart comes in. Now, they traded away Josh Hart for who? For CJ McCollum. Now, I like CJ McCollum. CJ McCollum is a very nice player, but we got to be realistic here, man. You know what? He spent all those years up there in Portland with Dame Dollar, and they just could not get the job done. They were the great value version of the Splash Brothers, you know? They just weren't as good as Steph and Clay, and it is what it is. They had to go ahead and eventually break it up. So they sent Josh Hart to Portland in exchange for CJ McCollum, and I like the move. I think this is the best team that CJ has been on. And I'm rooting for CJ. I hope that CJ can at least, hopefully in his career, get to an NBA Finals. If not, oh well, he's made a lot of money. I'm pretty sure he's content with how his career has went so far. So, you know what? Shout out to CJ McCollum. Now we got to talk about Zion Williamson. Ladies and gentlemen, okay? Zion Williamson, you know what? I like Zion. I really, truly do. But when we look at his game, we've got to be honest for a second, okay? Zion Williamson is an undersized big man in the game of basketball. He gets the majority of his points in the paint, but he only stands at maybe 6'6", 6'7". Now, what separates Zion Williamson is his athleticism. His leaping ability is amazing. I will give him that, right? He can jump out the gym. He can jump with the best of them. But me personally, when we're talking about winning championships, can Zion Williamson in today's perimeter-oriented game be the best player on a championship-winning team? I would say no. I would look at Brandon Ingram and Zion Williamson as a miniature-sized Shaq and Kobe. That's what I see from those two. Now, is Brandon Ingram going to be as good as Kobe Bryant was? Probably not. Is Zion Williamson going to be as good as Shaquille O'Neal was? Probably not. Once again, I just don't see how people can say that the Pelicans won this trade. The only way, in my opinion, that the Pelicans can win this trade is if they win at least 2 championships. At least 2. That is the only way we can make a legitimate argument that the Pelicans won this trade. And you might say, what the hell is this dude talking about? Why do they have to win 2 championships? Well, I'll tell you why. The Lakers won this trade because they won a championship. So the only way that you can even say that the Pelicans won this trade is if they win 2 championships. You can't win 1 championship and say y'all won the trade. No, you can't do that.
Nope.
No, you got to win at least 2. So if Zion Brandon Ingram and CJ McCollum don't win at least 2 championships together, the Lakers won this trade. And if Brandon Ingram ends up leaving the Pelicans, which I can very well see him doing in the near future, because guess what? Nobody chooses New Orleans. I'm sorry. I like New Orleans. I got family down there. I've been down there plenty of times. I've got no hate for the city of New Orleans. But let's be real here. If you've got all the money in the world and you could choose where you wanted to play, New Orleans is not a city that you're going to pick. And if you don't believe me, just ask Zion Williamson. Yeah. See, Zion Williamson wanted to be a member of the New York Knicks. But unfortunately for Zion Williamson, the Pelicans won the draft lottery. But this was Zion Williamson after playing his first game at the Garden.
Hey, Zion, I know it's a different, experience now, but what was it like to finally get to play in the Garden in the pros?
I'm glad you asked that, actually. New York is the mecca of basketball. I love playing. I love playing here. When I played here in college, and this is my first time playing here in the pros, and this atmosphere, whether they're cheering for you, whether they're booing for you, it's amazing. Honestly, I think outside of New Orleans, obviously, I think this might be my favorite place to play outside of New Orleans. I can't even lie to you. I can't lie to you.
Stop lying, Zion. Tell the truth. Okay? Tell the truth. New York City is your favorite place to play. And if it was up to you, you wouldn't be in New Orleans. You would be in the Garden. And that's just the reality of the situation, man. Do I see Zion Williamson staying in New Orleans? Absolutely not. I think he's going to play the game because they just gave him a rookie max extension. So I think he'll play the game for a few more years, and then he's going to request a trade because, unfortunately, man, the New Orleans market, it's just not that great, man. Players do not want to go there, and they should probably honestly consider moving the team. But that's just what I think, man. Come into the comments down below and let me know your thoughts on this topic. What do you think, man? Did the Pelicans win this trade, or did the Lakers win this trade? Let me know. This was another installment of The Locker Room. I'm going to catch you guys on the next one. Peace.